Hello, Christina from Red Soul. Thanks for tuning in to this video slash podcast, and I hope you all are doing well. Um, Sorry I haven't really been keeping up. I actually have a real job to support myself compared to some podcasts, and I'm not trying to be, well, it is funny. There's no try to it. This is usually how people make a living, so maybe I shouldn't joke about that. But yeah, I'm busy with my real job, so I haven't been able to keep up, to date. And again, as I've said before, I rather do stories, that's not a waste of the viewer's time. So this is about the Jason Aldean, a small town video where he's going to actually sue The View for $40 million. Now, honestly, I hope it goes well for him because they're accusing, having these accusations. Well, non white people, especially black people, they think every white person hates them, as if the average white person thinks about a black person, but whatever. Uh, and it can go both ways. There are, not white people and non-black people who think every black person is a criminal. Stereotypes exist for a reason. Okay. But before I go into the story, because I'm just going to read his quotes, um, if that's what he wants to do, I hope it works out for him. You know, hey, uh, I support the brother. I like the song. My personal favorite, as I've said before, and I've even broadcasted when I was doing radio, submitted my podcast on the radio here in this small town in Texas. That's where it comes from. And BLM is not going to play that nonsense with us. And on along those lines, while I'm thinking about it, it was shortly after COVID, restaurants and businesses were just starting to open up. And this guy told me, he said, yeah, not too far from here, we lined up with our, now it tries, now it sounds like the Hodge, so I can't keep a straight face. Except I try not to curse in my, swear in my videos. He said, we were waiting for him at the border of our small town. The BLM turned around and walked. Protesters, they could have been from BLM, or it was shortly after this George Floyd crap. All right. Um, but long story short, I just put that out there, to support this fella and what he's saying. You can get away with that nonsense in larger cities like Chicago, New York, or Democratic cities. But where I live in Texas, you better not. We had no problem with BLM. The only time we saw BLM was on television. That's where they better stay. But the gentleman was absolutely right. And then the View of all people that hates everybody and their mama, in addition to Joy Reid and all these other liberal stations, they want to accuse the man of racism. So, what was the name of that fella that was, not the Nate guy, the one that got Kyle Rittenhouse, uh, he signed a petition, excuse me, because the idea is to try to get rid of people's future and hurt them all about disagreeing with them, you know. And so this fella, uh, I'm not a big fan of his. I do like the song "A Small Town." I enjoy the video. For my personal favorite when it comes to patriotism and songs would be Tom McDonald. But I mean, this gentleman did a good job, and then they're gonna accuse him of racism because you disagree. Um, hey, I'm all about supporting him when he sues. I'm gonna read. The news was about 6 pages long, but I only printed out page 3 because I didn't. Uh, I mean, reading a whole news, it's not like my podcast. I'm on video, so it could be a distraction. So, it states, it's probably a good, pretty good indication, excuse me, that we are in trouble as a society. Anyway, I think this is still him. The latest hit for the site claims that Aldean is suing The View for a whooping for $40 million. If the story sounds familiar, it's because The View and Goldberg have been a popular target for satire sites. Just last year, a site called USA Haters had reported that The View was forced to pay Kyle Rittenhouse, as I mentioned, $22 million following a lawsuit. That also spun around and around and around on social media. And it would be surprising to see someone out there still passing this out as a fact. So, we're getting tired of the nonsense and all these attacks because you disagree. So, sorry about the pause there. I was trying to figure out where I should start because he has no quotes, but I just wanted to let you know this was real. And I'm surprised, my fellow conservative brothers and sisters haven't pointed this out, you know. So, and I just will call my attention about the Candace Owens and Andrew Tate video. Um, I'll probably, if I have time, um, watch the entire video. Uh, Candace Owens is a brave woman to even interview this guy with his misogynist past, and so I guess I'm assuming he'll explain all that, and then hopefully do a reaction video about that. But thanks for listening. Again, this is Christina of Red Soul. Pray for our nation. Pray for our brothers and sisters under the persecuted church. And as I've been saying, the Lord bless you, keep you, and may his light shine upon you. And I'll talk to you as soon as God wills it.